What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest combat sports and culture show in the entire universe, the Fight Podcast. I'm your host, SERG VICENTE, and join me is my brother from another, the guru, B Cam. And if he is here, you know what it is. We have to talk about boxing, and yes, this is late on a Thursday/Friday morning, depending on where you are. And the thing about it is this: we had to come in here, we had to talk about this, and we're gonna do this, and we're shooting for 10 minutes or less. We have to talk about Ryan Garcia. Breaking
I just
news.
want to say
Yeah,
it's
go ahead.
it's
Yeah,
it's
go ahead.
way it's late, but it's way later for me.
It's way later for you. Yes, it's still like normal late for me. For you, nigga, it's tomorrow. But I appreciate you joining me, man. I really do. For those who are watching live or who will be watching this in the morning, thank you. Like, share, and subscribe to this video on top of all the other videos that we are doing right here on the Fight Podcast. And do yourselves a favor and grab some merch. Now, before we jump into it, we have to talk about it. Breaking news this morning. Came in first reported by Dan Raphael, one of the best, in my opinion, combat sports, especially boxing journalists in the game today. He went out there and tweeted this morning at 6:59 a.m. I'm sorry, it was well, I don't know what time it was. It was sometime early in the morning for me. But breaking news, I have the lab report, and WBA went. Oh, that's the wrong one. See, look at me. I'm over here reading the wrong thing. Zoom. Now I lost it. All right. Well, regardless, Ryan Garcia popped hot. Let me pull up Michael Benson real fast. He has it. He never does me the wrong way. I just wanted to read this tweet.
Michael
So
Benson be on top of it.
He is so on top of it. He's on top of everything, man. He's another one of my favorite. But this was first reported by Dan Raphael. Michael Benson also talked about it as well. But Ryan Garcia's drug test B sample results from Devin Haney fight have reportedly now also come back positive for Austrian, just as the A samples did, according to Dan Raphael. So, what does that mean?
Do we know if he tested positive for anything else?
No. So the other ones, they decided it was tainted. It was so small that it did not affect anything. So essentially, in my opinion, even though he did test positive for the B sample, now for anybody who doesn't know, they're like the A sample and the B sample. All it is, it's the same cup of piss. They just split it in half. They save half of it. They test one of it before the fight. And if anything funny comes up, they test the other one. So 99% of the time, it is going to come up positive. So that is something that we would pretty much expected. Now, my opinion is this, or even before I get into it, B, what is your opinion on this? Seeing that he pissed hot, do you believe it's something insidious? He is what I believe they said he is 6/1000th of a gram of Austrian was in his system. Do you think, in your mind, was it something that was intentional, or do you think this was a case of some sort of tainted supplement?
Well, before we get there, I think from the beginning of this, like anybody who decided that we were going to ride this fucking crazy ride with Ryan
Oh my God.
Garcia, and there was this conspiracy that the B sample was going to come back negative, y'all were in la la land. We
Straight
know
La
how
La
this
Land.
goes. When the
Yes.
fuck do you watch combat sports and like maybe some shit happened with like Alicia Baumgartner? That's the only time I've
Right.
ever really seen any type of like thing go awry
Nonsense.
here.
Yes.
You test positive,
Absolutely.
the A sample comes back. The B sample, the only reason that's the thing is because y'all got caught up in Ryan Garcia acting fucking crazy. But
Which
that's
he
not
has
a
been
thing.
doing,
So
because really quick, even before you say that, Ryan Garcia, even afterwards, goes out there and starts tweeting up a storm, saying the wildest thing. First thing he says is, I fucking love steroids. And then the next thing he said was mad suspect, but we'll go ahead and let that rock. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Keep going.
I mean, nah, that was it. Like we shouldn't. Y'all, if you got caught up in that, like
That's
shame
on
on
you.
you. Shame
Yeah.
on you. You should have
Facts.
never. So that's one. As far as Ryan Garcia is concerned, I think it's as much as it is entertaining.
Yes.
This is gonna get a little bit dark. And shout out to AB who's fighting Blair Cobbs coming up. That's
Yep.
the fight I'm going to be looking forward to. But
I'm
like
looking forward to that fight. That should be
when
fun.
A when AB was wilding out, we knew what this was going to end up like. And we've seen how it ended up. It's not pretty at times.
Yep.
And we're watching this shit happen again, and people are consuming it for their entertainment. But
Yep.
where are the people around him? We've seen how this ends over
Absolutely.
and over again. Um,
Yeah. I'm glad you said
Now,
that.
to your question, do
Mhm.
I think it was intentional by
Mhm.
Ryan Garcia? Yeah. Like, I do not be going for this shit. I do not be going for this shit. I don't really go for it with uh Canelo or none of them. Like, I
Right.
think like I don't know. I don't get tested on a regular, so I don't understand how much accidental shit gets in my bloodstream, but I just don't be going for it. I
Now,
don't be going for it.
I
You
will
test
say
positive.
this.
You
I will say this, and what you're saying, I, I I tend to lean to with what you're saying, but tainted supplements and samples do happen. Now, because it was a 6 billionth of a gram that he tested positive for, what the commissions essentially and everybody's saying is that it would not have enhanced his performance or and this is also what I want to read before I move on, because Ryan Garcia's team did come out and he did go out there and actually do a hair sample. Okay. And the reason that they go ahead and do it, they test the hair sample, is to essentially prove, because if he is microdosing Ostrine or any type of PED, it is going to be consistently all through his system. So you'll be able to go ahead and it'll stay in his system. So you can take a strand of his hair, test it, and then if that comes positive, he does have it. If it doesn't, he essentially he's not. Now, granted, this man is testing himself, so take that with a grain of salt, essentially, right? But his team, and I did want to read this, go out there and said this, and this is from his lawyer. Ryan Garcia is committed to a clean, fair competition and has never intentionally used any banned substance. Soon after being notified of his positive test, Ryan voluntarily had his hair collected and shipped to Dr. Pascal Kinst, the foremost expert in toxicology and hair sample analysis. The result of Ryan's hair sample came back negative. This is consistent with a contamination and demonstration. What is it? Let me see. It is blah 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 blah. This proves that Ryan had not ingested Ostrine over a period of time. The only way that he would have any advantage whatsoever in the ring. Ryan has also voluntarily submitted to tests throughout his career, which have always shown a negative result. Blah 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 blah. After the factors combined with his ultra low levels from the samples taken, which was that 9 billionth of a percent, April 19th and 20th in the billionth of a gram range, point to Ryan Garcia being a victim of contamination, supplement contamination. And he goes on to say a few other things. So even with that being said, please, yeah, go ahead.
That nigga did that shit. that, that nigga did that shit. The way he been wilding out, he done came in 3.2 pounds over. Someone sent me a video of him rapping in the car with a orangutan yesterday.
What an
Just
orangutan, bro.
like, which like, part of that is like,
The
all right,
show.
cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, like, what makes him a valid source? Like, he's in Clarissa Shields' inbox talking about like, let's have a baby together. He's what like everything
Wild,
he's
bro.
doing. Nothing about what he's doing tells me that, oh, this guy would not do steroids. Actually, everything that he's doing tells me that this is the appearance
It's
of somebody
perfectly
who
in
might be
line with
doing
somebody.
steroids.
Absolutely. Now, here's the thing. I'll say this. Um, because they say the hair sampling thing, and again, we have to take it with a grain of salt, because as we said before, we're talking about a guy that at the end of the day, he has been wilding out. And my thing is this: why am I supposed to believe this guy when he purposely came in overweight? How am I supposed to believe that guy? So it's one of those things that I guess if you're a fan of Ryan Garcia, you're gonna go
And
out there
and,
and
and
say
we're
that
not
he
and
didn't
like
do it. Please.
and Sergio,
Yeah.
no, like purposely coming in overweight. People, a lot of the casuals don't make as big a deal about this, but that was a really, really
That was egregious.
egregious miss. And when we
Egregious.
talk about doing that intentionally and giving yourself a size advantage in the ring, that is literally cheating. I'm not going to say it's as
Absolutely.
bad as using steroids, but they're both well over the line
They're
of cheating.
bad. They're both bad. Absolutely. So when we take that into account in both of those things, that again, we're just giving you guys the information. We are giving you guys our opinion about it and things like that. But when it boils down to it, at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia still cheated. He still cheated. And now here's the thing. What's going to happen? And I wanted to put this out there and I want to ask you real quick because in my opinion, I think he'll probably get suspended. He'll probably get a fine. I am not sure if the fight will get turned to a no contest. What do you believe will happen?
Yeah, should be a no
Yeah,
contest.
I agree.
Should be a
I
no
totally
contest.
agree.
Not
Yeah.
it won't get flipped to a win for Haney.
No,
But
no,
people
no. But
said
it
that
should be a no contest.
Haney. People said that Haney was crazy to ask for that. Like, I don't know. He's supposed to advocate for himself. I say you ask for everything. Let him tell you, no, but you should at least ask.
Man. And look, at the end of the day, if this dude comes in almost 4 pounds overweight, when I am drained, crazy drained, just to make it to be a champion, and he goes out there and does this, at the end of the day, you got to ask for, you got to advocate for yourself. And when it boils down to it, again, the man cheated. So regardless, he's going to get, and this is the way boxing works, right?
Like we're talking about before the steroids, he already cheated.
Exactly. So
Like
how am
when
I
he was
supposed to sit here and think anything otherwise? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Uh, how long do you think he will be suspended, and if so, for how long?
6 months to get back
6 months. I
to
agree.
nigga fight once every 6 months anyway. That honestly,
Exactly.
it's such
Exactly.
a it's the stupidest suspension. But I
Yep.
mean, fuck it. We here now. I don't really care. I want to see Ryan Garcia back in the ring. I don't want to see him serve multiple suspensions. If you want to go out, go up, fight Errol Spence. As much as I see the circus and I say somebody should stop it, I will be tuning in.
I will absolutely
Sorry,
be tuning in, and I'll be
sorry.
honest with you. People want to talk all this stuff about EJ, talk about he's shot and he's this. If he fights Errol Spence gonna stop that man.
Yeah.
we, especially at 54, he's gonna go out there. He ain't fought for a while. He mad because you using his trainer. He gonna go out there and hurt you.
But I forget what I was listening to, and like, first of all, the thought of this craziness even happening, insane.
Insane.
But like, if like the same circus that were promoting with Alvarez and Terrence Crawford, but if this circus actually found its way to a a boxing ring, and we
Right.
watch this happen, and Ryan Garcia lands a hook and like wobbles Errol Spence,
Oh my
nigga.
God. Oh man, bruh. Yo, like he gonna be in the same boat as Jake Paul to me after that. I'll be like, look, I ain't gonna ever say nothing bad about this. Just go out there, perform. If you win, you win. You lose, you lose. And I'm gonna call it one. Because guess what? I hate to say it. He's going out there. He's rapping with orangutans. He's sliding in DMs. He is going absolutely berserk online. But you know what? Man, this kid is must see TV. And
You
must
can
see TV.
and
So
he's growing
respect
his brand, and it's crazy. He's so viral on social media that like he is
his
growing his brand so
he's
dramatically.
turning
It's
into the
sickening.
face of boxing, which is sickening, but it is at the end of the day, it is something to watch, and I would look forward to seeing how this goes. All right, that's all we came here to do. We want to talk about Ryan Garcia. We want to talk about this and let you guys know about it. Thank you guys for watching. B, anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Nah, bro. Tomorrow's Friday. It's late, bro. I gotta get to sleep.
It's like,
I
hey, do
gotta
your
get to sleep.
thing. Hey, thank you so much for joining me, B. I appreciate you. Everybody else, thank you guys for watching. Do yourselves a favor. If you love content like this, and I know you do, like, share, and subscribe to this video along with all the other ones that we have. We have interviews. We talk about MMA. We talk about boxing. We talk about pro wrestling and everything in between. I think we even talked about Kendrick Lamar and Drake for a second. So do your thing. Follow, like, share, subscribe. Buy yourself some merch. We love y'all. We'll see you next time right here on the Fight Podcast. Peace.